Hi, it's Mary Jo for Off the Trails. We're in Chokoloskee, Florida today with our friend Judy Caseley. This area is rich in history. The Calusas were here long before Europeans ever came to Florida. The Seminoles have been here, and the Smallwood store has been a part of the local history for 100 years. Developers have bought the land next to Smallwood store, and sadly, they're going to develop. Judy would like us to understand some of the history and her reasons for not wanting to see that development. Judy?
Have a pulley system in there that brought the boats up. The PAP 2, because he called it something else. I said, I never heard of that boat. He said, well, it used to be called the PAP 2. That was the Smallwoods. Before it was up on stilts. I would say that goes back to 1910s, around that area. Ted passed away. That was one of the daughters, and she took over the store for a while, and then after she passed away, it closed up for a while, and then her sister Nancy's was Lynn's mother, Lynn Smallwood McMillan, and she did a lot of work with Nancy Hollister, and came in with her, and they just worked their butts off and trying to get grants and making it so that it would survive. And these are actually some of the artifacts that they have up in the store. There's a lot of artifacts. This was actually used for a hoe. They would put the stick or whatever through there and use it for pounding or for a hoe or something like that. And I actually have some more shells. I just remembered I brought another. She was Ted Smallwood's wife, and she was actually the one that was behind getting the road coming to the island in 1956. I've read all the old letters, which I've scanned and stuff to try to save, and that's why it's called Smallwood Drive, but Mamie was behind getting the road to the island. That would go all the way around on the island where you could walk around the island. Ted Smallwood on the steps of the Smallwood store here. It's actually a Smallwood trading post. And that's Judy Hunter. That was in December 25th, 1950. So that was taken by Iris Hunter. So that was on Christmas Day.
Wow.
And I know where there's one left of this because they're filling all this stuff in. This was called the cow dip, and this was on the island in 1940. And there was ticks, and they had to dip all their cows.
Yeah.
So,
and that's where they took them through.
Yeah, and that was Ming Joy. That was, I believe Nancy told me that was her dog, Nancy Smallwood, Hancock. There's a house that's blocked right here. They can't even get, their driveway's all blocked out. As you face over here, it goes over to the right, and that house is blocked off. That's Thelma right there. The Seminole Native Americans that came here, and they would, like I said, camp right out here on the beach, and they really trusted Ted Smallwood. And this is, they had beautiful clothes, and at first they made them all by hand until the sewing machine came around, and this was called the traditional. I've actually judged for some contests because I've also worked as a school teacher on the Big Cypress Seminole Reservation. So I've learned a lot of the history and about the clothing. So just because somebody's clothing is beautiful in a contest, if it's not the right era and they're getting in there, that's the tricky part. You have to know the eras.
Right.
So this was the traditional, and this was all done by hand back then. Now you can see it real intricate with the tiny little patchwork and stuff.
Right.
And I think it was for the tourist trade they kind of came up with names for our little patchworks and stuff like that now. Which he was on the dock that day, on the day of the shooting for Mr. Watson, and that's when they said that, they were protecting him, but they had 305-foot schooners, and during Prohibition, they would run rum from these schooners, and that's a pretty old picture right there.
It is. Is that where Rum Runners came from?
Rum Runners. We used to have a school, and actually on the cemetery, which I have a memorial there for my mother. It's a Smallwood family cemetery. The flagpole, the cement is still there where the flagpole was. And they used to have a school boat, and they'd pick them right up here out in the Smallwood store. right here at the dock and take them to Everglades City before the road was put in.
What
But a
a
lot
cool
of
way to go to
teachers,
school.
I know, huh? But a lot of the teachers came and went because it was too much for their nerves. Not only with the swamp angels, as McKinney ended up calling them swamp angels.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote for the Marco Eagle, and he had quite a sense of humor. I think that's where moonshine became bush lightning, mosquitoes became swamp angels. So, but that was the school that they had.
Hi, Lynn.
Lynn Smallwood, McMillan, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you brought some.
Oh, I'm bringing everything to do the whole thing on what's found here. Probably less than 8 months ago, right on that property. All I did was go like this. It's an 1850 bottle, and how you can tell is by the lead down here.
Oh, really?
How it goes
So
here.
were they just dredged out of the basin over there and everything? Corey says there's all kinds of things in there. Hi, my name's Lynn McMillan. I'm the executive director here at the Smallwood store. It's a not-for-profit organization. It's one of the oldest historical sites here in Collier County, and it's recently had the road, access road that comes here to the store, fenced off and tore up. And we've been trying to talk to the owners and come to some kind of an agreement to where we can get access restored, but it doesn't look like that's going anywhere. So we have went to the county, and the county is filing suit because the road has been in existence for at least 60 to 70 years. So currently we're filing suit against Florida Georgia Groves, who are the developers of the property here that have denied us access. And we're in the process of trying to do some fundraisers to help cover the cost of the legal fees that are going to be occurring here in the next 6 months. And we have a website. It's smallwoodstore.com, and we're setting up a donation page here, in the next week, so that we can start getting funds to help fight this, battle.
And as much as a lot of people think that this is a cash cow and everything, I know that for the little amount that they charge and the upkeep on this and the grants that they've gotten, there's no way that even takes care of the upkeep on this museum. So it's not a cash cow like people think, because I've read a couple, those people that make comments in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that at all. I mean, so much of Lynn's own money has gone into the store, and originally the grants were, good when they were restoring it, but since that time, it's just hard to even get grants, and so it's not, I'm just saying that the money that they are making, and now there's a lot of upkeep that needs to be done here. The boat's speeding by here. Did you see that sign right out there? I put that sign up there, the no wake sign, even though it's supposed to go the whole length of the island. And I called the county and I called Everglades National Park, and they fought over whose land it was. So I got out there and I asked them, why can't you put one up? They said, because that's not our pole. So I put the sign up myself, but as I'm going to walk out here, I'm going to show you how this is all taking in from our boats just speeding by here.
Okay.
And he dug just from what do they call that, cultivator?
Mm-hmm.
Just from cultivating his garden, he found some the ends of the tools and the weights that they use for their fishing.
Oh, I
And
found a lot of those.
I have a couple of the pieces that Daddy got out of his garden up here on exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just in the last 30 years. And then when I was a little girl, you could just walk around and pick up the pottery.
Wow.
And we didn't even know what we were really looking for.
So
But we'd
rich
bring
in
it in,
history.
we'd go and look for it, and then we'd bring it in, and we'd show it down and let her look at it and see if she wanted anything or something.
Mm-hmm.
He can explain it way better. In a lot more colorful way, too.
Mm-hmm.
Top of them, a lot of them have little holes. These are all picked off this property.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
South, yeah.
That's such a find.
Did you see those, Lynn?
Yep, with the designs.